So recording our session helps those who are not able, because it looks like every week we've got our lovely friends, and the other week our lovely friends are not able to come, but they always want to know what's happening. So we always want to make sure we record and then we share the session. So tonight we've got a very good session, which I'm going to be looking forward to, from Sister Sharon. And Sister Sharon is going to be our lovely presenter tonight. So I'm going to welcome her on board. Before that, I just want to make sure she's got the host facility so that she can share the screen. There you go, Sister Sharon. I hand it over to you.
Thank you so much, Rudo. Good evening, ladies. I think it's all ladies on the platform tonight. It always is.
Yes, the women's corner.
I think the clue is in the name.
Yes.
Oh no, I wish this bit wasn't recorded. Never mind. Okay, so good evening, sisters. My name, as you know, is Sharon, and it's lovely to be invited on here to speak with you and to meet with you and to spend some quality time with you. Okay, so I shall share my screen and then I'll share a little bit about myself. I think that's the one. Let's see how we go. Is that, yeah, that's good. Are we good?
Yeah.
Excellent. So have any of you ever used essential oils before?
Yeah,
I'm actually due to order one, so I'm looking at, I need my eucalyptus.
Hey,
yes.
okay. And Lorraine said yes. And we also have on here, sorry, I'm just looking at the name. We have Quanelli and iPhone. Okay, so Quanelli and iPhone, are you familiar with essential oils? I think you said, oh no, but you were muted. I'm trying to lip read.
Yes, I use tea tree quite a lot.
Okay, excellent. Wonderful. And Quanelli?
No, I haven't used them.
Okay, well, so this is going to be a bit of a refresher for some, maybe a bit more information for others, and probably brand new for Quanelli and whoever. I don't know who's who's going to be listening on the recordings, but hopefully you'll come away from here knowing that bit more, being educated about it, and thinking if you are interested in getting some, you'll know where to get some. Okay. So today's class, we've called it Gifts of the Earth. And we'll explain a bit more why it's called that, okay? But essential drops. My name is Sharon Wallace, as I said. I am, I'm involved in quite a lot of ministries, one of which you may have seen me on TTI, which stands for True Temperance International. And that's a health ministry, a group of a few families mostly from the UK, but also South Africa and the Caribbean. And we have friends presenting from abroad as well, and an audience international, so hence the name. What else am I? Okay, I'm an essential oils advocate, so I can educator, so I can do classes and I can put you in touch with other classes, a big network of teachers, and we can learn so much about these amazing gifts. I'm a mother of three, two teenagers and one young adult, because a 19-year-old is still a teenager, even though he likes to feel like, I'm the adult. But yeah, and then I have a daughter who's older, a wife of one, and I work full-time for the NHS, as well as in my church. How do we juggle it? I don't know. We're women. We have to. Okay. We have no choice. We just do what we do. Okay, so I'm going to dive into today's session. So speaking about essential oils, let's go back to the very beginning. Okay, so in the beginning, let's just minimize this so I can see what I'm doing. In the beginning, Genesis 1:1. Okay, God created the heavens and the earth. We're all familiar with this. The earth was formless and empty. Darkness was over the surface of the deep, and the Spirit of God was moving over the waters. Okay, let's jump ahead to day number 3. And God said, let the earth bring forth grass, the herb yielding seed, and the fruit tree yielding fruit after his kind, whose seed is in itself upon the earth. And it was so. And what did the earth bring forth? The green stuff, grass, and herb yielding seed after his kind, and the tree yielding fruit, whose seed was in itself after his kind. And God saw that it was good, and the evening and the morning were the third day. So we have these herbs, grasses, leaves, plants made for us from the hand of God from the very beginning. Moving further on in time, in Ezekiel 47, verse 12, speaking about our future, it says, and by the river upon the bank thereof, on this side and on that side, shall grow all trees for meat, whose leaf shall not fade, neither shall the fruit be consumed. It shall bring forth new fruit according to its months, so a different fruit each month, because their waters they issued out of the sanctuary, and the fruit thereof shall be for meat, and the leaf thereof for medicine. That's right. So when we hear about let thy food be thy medicine and thy medicine be thy food, there was an inspiration behind that, because the leaf is for medicine. Amen. So what is an essential oil? Sorry if it's a bit noisy. I do have some enthusiastic boys in the kitchen, and I'm not sure what they're making, but I can hear it. Hopefully you can't. Okay, so essential oils are found in plant material taken from the root, stems, bark, the fruit peel, and the leaves. And they help to form the plant's own immunity and defense system against microbes, bacteria, fungus, insects, and other types of disease. So the plants actually have their own immune system in the form of essential oils. And that is also the fluid that regenerates and heals the plant. Our bodies are made of similar building blocks as plants. So when we use the oil, they go to work in our bodies in the same way that they would for the plant. So what is an essential oil? It's a natural aromatic compound found in plants. So they smell nice. They can be extracted via steam distillation or cold pressed for the, the pure essential oils. They are very powerful, but they are safe as well, without side effects, harmful side effects. And they are 70 times more potent than dried herbs. So what you can see on the screen is a peppermint leaf, and next to it is the underside where you see like the cone-like structures. Those would be the hairs on the leaf. And the little globules, those would be the essential oil sac. So that's an essential oil sac on a peppermint leaf. And that they are very, very tiny and very powerful. And that happens quite a lot in nature, small but powerful. Essential oils are made up of many aromatic molecules. One oil, like for instance, someone mentioned tea tree, although it's tea tree, one oil can have up to 800 constituents, so many constituents that makes up the oil. Their unique chemical structure gives them the ability to transport oxygen, nutrients, and other vital substances across the cell membranes. So we're going to go a little bit sciencey here, but not too much. Okay, so how do essential oils work? So we've got a schematic diagram of a cell there, and being almost invaded, but possibly being attacked by bacteria and virus. So the little green globule is a bacterial cell, and the angry looking purple thing there is a representation of a virus, okay? Bacteria, they're much larger than viruses, and they can't cross or enter the cell membranes. They can't invade cells through that. They could do through a method called phagocytosis, which is when the cell engulfs, so surrounds the bacteria, and then it can come in that way. But this is harmful. It's not really going to want to engulf one of those. Okay. Viruses, on the other hand, are a lot smaller, and they can invade cells easier. But one of the differences between viruses and bacteria is that bacteria possess a cell membrane, and viruses don't. So if somebody gets ill and they're prescribed antibiotics, for instance, the antibiotics would work by destroying the cell membrane of the bacteria, and that way it kills the bacteria. But viruses, like I said, don't have that cell membrane, so they can't work on viruses. Essential oils, though, they naturally possess antibacterial and antimicrobial compounds, and that enables them to fight off pathogens. So when they enter the cell, you can see they can actually enter through that lipid cell membrane and work on the virus on the inside, but they can also work on the bacteria on the outside. And some examples of these essential oils that naturally possess the antibacterial and antimicrobial compounds could be eucalyptus. One of you mentioned eucalyptus earlier, lemon, peppermint, and tea tree oil. Okay. So God has made our sense of smell to closely affect our focus and our emotions. From looking at the diagram beneath, you can see that the nasal cavity is in contact with the olfactory bulb, which is an extension of the limbic system of the brain. And that controls your memory, your learning, your appetite, and your cravings. So within 22 seconds of sniffing an oil or smelling the oil into the aromatic the aromatic molecules are able to reach the brain. And then within 2 minutes, they can be detected in your bloodstream. That's quick. And then by 20 minutes, the properties can have an effect on most cells in your body. So they're very powerful and they can reach many places. Next slide. My slides are not advancing. Oh, here we go. So some essential oils, like us, work on have antimicrobial compounds and antibacterials. Some also help with heavy metal and petrochemical detoxification. And because the chemical complexity of essential oils, because they are very complex, one type of oil can be used to treat a multitude of conditions. So they don't just have one purpose. So for instance, lavender oil might be used to help with sleep, to help people relax and be calm, but it can also be used to stimulate hair growth or help with premenstrual stress or insomnia, as I said, for relaxing, or for just general stress. So the advantage of this healing, that advantage of the natural healing method is that it doesn't harm. So it's potent, it has many uses, and it doesn't harm. So I'm going to talk a little bit about quality of oils. How important is quality? So you can see there's a pie chart there, and it's showing you different types of oils. So the majority of oils that are available on the market are synthetic, unfortunately, sad to say. Then you have a smaller percentage that are food grade, another smaller percentage that are therapeutic, and of that, an even tinier percentages that are certified pure tested grade oils. And doTERRA, which is the company that I am an advocate for, they fit amongst that category. So they're not synthetic, they are useful, can be used in food, they are therapeutic, and they have been tested. So that's one crucial thing about essential oil. And for an essential oil to be able to work effectively, they need to be 100% pure, free of fillers and thinners, which unfortunately is common practice. Like I said, that helps to bring the cost down. Ideally, they need to be organic and sourced from top quality plants and countries where the climate is best for each individual oil. So yes, I have lavender. I can see my front garden in my garden, but that might not necessarily be, well, it wouldn't be the tested grade, top quality tested grade to produce the therapeutic effect. I mean, yes, I will smell it. It has an aromatic effect, but it won't necessarily have the other benefits. Okay, so a shocking fact I can reveal here is that for a product to be called pure, like for instance, some pure essential oils that are labeled as pure, they can put that on so long as 8% of the oil or of the compound in that bottle contains pure essential oils. So it contains 100% pure oils, but 92% could be anything else, and it can still be labeled as pure. Isn't that like, that's kind of madness? And that's one of the reasons why I only recommend doTERRA, because I know that their oils have been tested. They're the best on the market. They're worldwide, and they are amazing. I've used them. My friends have used them with so many testimonies, and they have been very much tested. All information about the oils testing can be found on a website called Source to You, along with the certificates for every single batch. So if you look underneath the bottle, there's a batch number. And if you put that batch number on the website Source to You, it will give you the results of all the tests. CTPG was known as certified pure therapeutic grade, and it's now called certified, it now stands for certified pure tested grade. And there you go, there's the website, sourcetoyou.com. Next slide. So we've kind of discussed what essential oils are and why you'd want to use them, but you still might be wondering, well, how do I actually use the oils? Some people might be anxious when they're even thinking about how to use these powerful gifts of the earth. In fact, the name doTERRA actually means gifts of the earth. But you don't have to be a professional to reap the benefits, or a seasoned essential oil professional to reap the benefits of essential oils. They are easy and safe to use, so long as you follow the safety precautions. So the three main applications of oil, the first one I'll speak about is aromatic. And that is when you might put a drop of oil perhaps in your hand, and you inhale it, and you will reap the benefits, as you saw from the earlier diagram, how quickly it can travel to the limbic system in the brain, and then go into your bloodstream and affect your cells in your body. So that's the one that's most commonly used. It can positively affect your mood. It can help to cleanse the air that you breathe, and it can support your respiratory system. So some of the respiratory ailments, sometimes people might use a particular oil like peppermint or eucalyptus or whatever. Okay, so that's one method. The next one, which is still common but maybe not as common, is a topical method of using essential oils. And that's where you would apply it to an affected area where you need the help. There can be localized benefits because it can penetrate the skin, which is our largest organ, has many pores. And so you need to be careful when you're using this oil that you use the correct dilution depending on the age of the individual that you're working with. So for young children and babies, you would have a weak dilution. So you would use more carrier oil and less essential oil. But for an adult, the dilution will be stronger, if you get what I'm saying. So it'll be a stronger essential oil mix with the carrier oil. And so you would dilute it with carrier oil such as fractionated coconut oil or almond oil, or you could use grapeseed oil. That's one that I use, and there are some others, but there's a difference between carrier oils and just a regular oil like olive oil, for instance. The molecules of the carrier oil is going to be small enough for it to carry the essential oil into the pores of the skin. So let's move on to the next method, and this is the internal method. Now, I was sharing some oils with a friend yesterday, or my friend's sons yesterday. They came around to visit, and they said they'd like water, and I said we'd like oils in them. And one of the young guys said, "Oh, is that like what did he say? Oh, aromatherapy oils." And I had to stop myself from giving him a lecture, a presentation on doTERRA oils and aromatherapy, because aromatherapy, yes, that is one benefit, but you can't necessarily use all oils for internal use. So there's a bit of a disclaimer there. So as I said, the purity of the oils is crucial. So if you were to go to a place and it had peppermint oil, for instance, and it said not for internal use, that would be correct. If it says that on the bottle, trust it, because how it was extracted, I can't guarantee that it was a way that was safe. It could have been that they used hexanes or some other harmful method of extracting the oil, and it wouldn't be safe for ingesting. But the ones that we use for the essential oils, if it's labeled that it's safe for ingestion, then it is. There's others that might not be labeled as safe, but it's still safe to use. Okay, so internally, you can have a few drops, as I said, in your water. In a veggie cap, that's like, you know, oh, I do have veggie cap, but I just didn't have any on me. It's like a little capsule, like if you're taking a medicine in a capsule, but you can take it apart into 2 separate pieces, put a few drops of your essential oil, 1 or 2 drops, add some carry oil, close the capsule, and then you can take it that way. And the reason why you might do that is because some of the oils might be hot oils and you don't necessarily like the taste. It could be you're giving it to somebody who needs the benefit, but they really can't take the taste. It's really strong. So that's one way you can take it internally. If you're feeling brave or you like it, you may just put a drop on your finger and place it under the tongue or under the roof of your mouth. So there's different ways that we can take these essential oils and reap the benefits. Okay, I'm going to say a little bit about peppermint. Okay, that's my go-to if I'm feeling a little bit off, or it can be used as a breath freshener. It can be used as a perking, you know, something to perk you up, or as a tension releaser. One of my friends who suffers from anxiety, she uses it and applies it to her temples, or you can rub it on the back of the neck. You can use it to ease a headache. And peppermint's one of these amazing oils because if you're cold, it can warm you up. And if you're warm, it can cool you down. It's just worked with the body in that way. So it's really, really, I wouldn't say it's really cool. It's a blessing. It's a wonderful gift. So you can use it to help with sickness, travel sickness. If you're going to put it in water for a drink, you might want to use a cocktail stick, because 1 drop in a cup that size that you can see in the image, in the picture, is very, very potent. So I would get a cocktail stick, dip it in the lid of the essential oil and swirl it around in my water. If you're feeling brave, go ahead and have a drop, but it is really, really strong, very strong. Okay, you can use it to help with concentration and focus. And as I said, one of the lovely ways is to just put a drop in your hand, rub your hands together, and inhale the aroma, and it can work really quickly and so beneficial. There's a lot more that can be done with peppermint, but I don't want to take too long on that one. And 1 drop of, speaking about the strength, 1 drop of doTERRA peppermint oil is the equivalent to, I should have asked you to, well, let's pretend you haven't seen that. How many drops is 1 drop of essential oil equivalent to? So how many cups of tea do you think 1 drop is essential to? And if you've seen the answer, you know the answer. So you can unmute and say.
Unfortunately, I didn't see the answer.
Pardon?
No, I'm saying, unfortunately, I didn't see that.
You didn't see it. So how many
too,
drops
I
do you
didn't
think?
see it.
How many cups of tea do you think is equivalent to 1 drop of doTERRA peppermint oil? Sorry?
Maybe 1. I don't know.
No, more than one cup of tea. That, remember,
10.
it's very potent.
10.
10. You can go higher.
Oh, 15.
Okay, I'll show you. Here you go. 1 drop of essential oil of the doTERRA peppermint oil is equivalent to 28 cups of peppermint tea.
God, no.
That shows you. So when I
Very
said if
potent.
you're going to be brave and have 1 drop in water, you can. In fact, I do have a testimony about that. I was at a Pathfinder camp last year with a conference with the area. I think it was area. I can't remember what the area was. It might have been area 4. I'm not sure, but it was Leeds and churches in that area. And there was one young lad. It was actually the cook. Her son was suffering with constipation, And she said, oh, he's got it really bad. He's got it really bad. So I said, okay, let's see what we can do. So we took a cup of water and put 1 drop in. Okay. But it wasn't a large cup. So he had a sip and he was like, whoa, because you could smell it. It was really strong. But she did get him and he managed to drink it all down. She came back to me within less than an hour and she was like, it's gone, it's gone. I'm like, why would you be excited if your son's gone? She said, no, he had emotion. She was so happy that he actually, it helped him to relieve his constipation. And I was like, praise the Lord, because we give God the glory. And then again that afternoon or later on that day, she came back to me and she said, he had another movement. So you can see it worked. And all I could say was give God the thanks for that wonderful gift of the earth. Okay, so moving on. Many of you may be familiar with lavender oil. Some people may keep it in their drawer to make the drawer smell nice, the contents of the drawer smell nice. Okay, it's widely used for its calming and relaxing qualities. And this is an amazing multitasker because it can help you physically and emotionally in many different ways. So you could diffuse it before bed to help for a good night's sleep, but you can actually put some in a spray bottle and spray on your pillow or on a child's toy to help them to sleep. Or you could perhaps rub some on the soles of the feet because there's many pores on the soles of the feet. And that's a great way to get it into the system to help with sleeping. So you can massage that with a carrier oil onto the soles of the feet. Let's see what else you could do with it. Oh, if you're in the shower, you can put some on the inside the shower, or either on the shower curtain or on your puff or on the floor of the shower. And as the water hits the oils, you get that amazing smell. And you can put it in a little carrier, in a roller ball, a small roller ball, because you can actually purchase that as roller balls and you can carry it with you whenever you want and just rub it on your wrist and inhale that. I do that quite often. There's other oils that I use for that, as you can use that method. But you can use it on the skin. It's brilliant for the skin, so you can use it to help with wounds and bruises, to help healing and stop itchy bites. And you can put some in your moisturizer. If you've got a favorite moisturizer, perhaps you'd want to put that in with frankincense for hydrating and soothing benefits. So there's a lot there that it can be used for: bites, stings, burns, itchiness, muscle tension. It can even be used to keep mosquitoes away as an insect repellent. Okay, so let's move on. Lemon. Doesn't that look refreshing, just seeing the yellow on the screen? Okay, so you can use this to help promote positivity. A drop in a glass of water in the morning will help to give you a great start to the day. Many people like to have lemon in their hot water. That's another way you can do it. And it will help to uplift and energize you. You can also use lemon as a cleaner in homemade cleaners. So there's nothing, well, I suppose there are other things, but I love the smell of, if you ever go into a room and you like peel an orange and somebody comes in, the citrusy smell lingers, and that citrusy smell is coming from the rind of the orange. Similarly with the lemon, maybe you don't eat lemons that regularly, but you will still get the little essential oil squirting out of the skin. And it's got a nice cleansing kind of smell. So you can add it to your cleaning supplies and use it to clean your kitchen surfaces. You can use it in the oven. And actually you can make up recipes with that as well, using that and other products such as bicarbonate of soda. Yeah, to clean ovens. There's many different recipes you can use with lemon. It can also be used as a pen remover. So my friend Shirley, her son, when he was little, drew on the door and she couldn't get it off, but she took some lemon oil and rubbed it and it managed to get that off. I've used it as a sticky stuff remover. It can be helped to clean your body inside and outside. Also good for your lungs, respiratory function. and it tastes great in a drink. It really does taste great. When you put that in your water, you think, wow, it tastes of lemons, but it should do because it's in a lemon essential oil and it's very powerful. But, you know, one drop really goes a long, long way. One of the things I do if I go around to, doing things in the community and promoting the essential oils is put it in the bottle. But one person said to me, it was in their water bottle. In fact, it was a colleague. It was in her water bottle. And I said to her, it will linger. So she drank it. And then she was able to refill her bottle and drink again. She refilled it about 3 or 4 times and still got the benefit of that essential oil because it does cling to the glass bottle that you've put it in. I mean, I know that it does that for me all the time. So yeah, so that is, so in a 15 ml bottle of lemon essential oil, it has the equivalent of the essential oils from 45 lemons. So it is very, very strong and good value for money. This one is called Melaleuca. That's its scientific name, I suppose, but commonly known as tea tree oil in our country. It's antibacterial, antimicrobial, and it helps you to stay cleansed and bug-free. You can use it to cleanse the air and eliminate airborne bugs. So you could put that in a diffuser. I don't know if any of you have diffusers. So what you would do is you would put water in your diffuser and then add a drop or maybe 2 or 3 drops of the essential oil. And the diffuser, I forgot to mention this earlier when I was speaking about aromatics, it uses ultrasound vibrations, and that creates a mist, and then that goes into your air. So you can benefit everybody in the room with that. You can, oh, and another thing with so say for instance, someone's ill, you can put a diffuser in their bedroom and that can help them. So if someone's got a cold, for instance, you can put a few drops of maybe peppermint, tea tree oil, maybe eucalyptus, or there's actual blends called Air or Breathe. You can put a few drops of that in, and that will help for a restful night's sleep. You can mix tea tree oil with other oils such as lavender to help with cuts and bruises, and you can use it in your bath to fight skin infections. You can put it in your facial cleanser for added skin benefits. You know, many of these skin products in the shops, like for teenage spots, might have tea tree in it. So there's so much that you can do with it. For cleaning you, so for cleaning the skin that you're in and the skin that you live in, your house. That's one of my slogans. Okay, so it can help to protect against seasonal threats, and it can help to boost your immune system, and great as a hand sanitizer as well. So you can make your own hand sanitizers. A little testimony of this. Oh, wow, we are going way over time. Sorry. A little testimony of this is my friend's son fell into a nettle bush, and he was crying, and then we just said, okay, I've got my little emergency kit, put some Melaleuca, I put it on neat, and then within about 15 minutes, we were on a walk. This was towards the end of COVID and families were allowed to mix. I mean, I know COVID's still around, but you know what I'm trying to say. Lockdown had just opened up. So we were on a walk and we put it on. And then about 15 minutes later, I asked him, where's the itch? And he couldn't remember which hand it was on. And he was only about 4 then. So that's how powerful it is. Now I have so many slides to go through. I'm going to have to whiz through these because this is ridiculously, I'm going so slow. Okay. So we're going to talk a little bit about frankincense, which is known as the king of the oils. So I'll move swiftly on to this one. It is good for many reasons, can help to maintain a good immune system by reducing inflammation, emotions, and helps with a cellular balance. So you can think of frankincense like being a good reset button for your body, and it's a good protector. One of the oils that was brought by the wise men to Jesus when he was a baby to help with worshiping him. It can be used to maintain, as I said, a healthy immune system, for anti-aging, as a wrinkle fighter, to help regulate your menstrual cycle. It can be used as a meditative oil. In fact, it helps with focus. So if somebody's studying and they need to help with their focus, you can put that in a diffuser and get the benefits of that. And it also can be used to power up other oils by 10 times. So it's an amazing anti-inflammatory oil. Oh, wow. It's so, so good. And it actually smells good. In fact, it's good for oral hygiene as well. So you can use that one in your mouth. And there's actually a doTERRA do a toothpaste with On Guard, which is a blend including frankincense. So it's a fantastic, fantastic oil. I can't say much about this because of time, or that one. Or that one, to be honest. Okay. But when in doubt, get the frankincense out. It's such a resilient oil because it comes from the Boswellia tree. As you can see, it's just hanging on by a little bit there on that rock, but yet it can still blossom and produce amazing essential oils. So moving on quickly, in my team that I work with, we have classes that teach about the 10 core oils that can be used to make over your medicine cabinet. So in these 10 core oils, we have peppermint, air, frankincense, oregano, lavender, On Guard, Zengest, which is a great one for digestion and gut health, tea tree, lemon, and one called Deep Blue. So there we do classes, we talk about that as well as many other oils. So that is available to you if you are more interested. So you can contact me. There's my number. You can get a screenshot of that. I'll show you again later. Because I don't have about three more slides, maybe. No, a little bit more. Just put this one up because cistus is one of the ancient oils, but it's actually the Rose of Sharon, and that's my name. So there's many ways that you can use this oil. Again, I don't have time to go through them because I have well gone over my 40 minutes, so I am going to move swiftly. One of my friends, Charlene, did a presentation on oils in the Bible, and this was one of the slides that she used there. And basically, she spoke about the anointing oil and the components in the oil of anointing, and spoke about each of those components. It was a powerful presentation. So if you're interested, you can go on our ministry website, which is on our YouTube channel, which is, if you Google, if you go into YouTube and type in True Temperance International, and just look back at some of the programs that we have in there, some of the videos, you'll see the one from about 3 weeks ago on essential oils. So that was wonderful. What can I say about this oil? I don't have time. Okay, but one drop contains approximately 40 million trillion molecules. So that's 4 with 19 zeros after it. And they are extremely concentrated. Again, unfortunately, I can't go into this one because of time, but they work in so many ways, okay? So they work to clean the receptor sites in our cells, and I'll jump to the bottom one to help reprogram our cells and reestablish them to their healthy state. Okay, so I've told you about some of these amazing benefits, but you might be wondering, how can I get hold of them? You might want to join my team, and there are benefits of being members of our team, as well as having access to these amazing oils. We also provide free training. We give you support, and you have the opportunity to share the oils with your colleagues, your friends and family members. Other benefits include 25% discount from all of the products, not just oils. They do, like, we've got deodorant, mouthwash, throat drops. That's got some of the essential oils in. And I've got a small tiny kit there, which one that I can fit in my hand. Here we go. This has the 3 oils in there: lavender, lemon and peppermint. So that's like an introductory kit. So there you can take a screenshot. There's the variety of membership enrollment kits that are on offer there, but you can enroll just with a single oil. But to get the benefit, to get the best value, you'd really want to get a kit with most of the oils, the 10 core oils, because frankincense alone is quite costly. As you can see, the prices they're ranged. We've got the smaller bottles and the larger bottles. We have the diffusers, we have different types of kits. So if you want more information about how to get access to these, or if you'd like a full class with your friends, family, there's my contact details, and I have more than gone over time. So do forgive me, please, 7 minutes over time, and thank you for your attention. Okay, I'll stop sharing. And if you have any questions, feel free to ask.
Thank you for going over time. We enjoyed it.
Sorry. So at least it's not too late. It's just what, 8 minutes to 8.
No, we
I'm going to
enjoyed it.
stop
We enjoyed it.
recording and then we can have time to have questions. I'm just looking
Okay,
for
so
my...
I need to hand the host back over to you.
Yes, please.
Okay. It's Rudo, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Make host. Yes, please.
Thank you.
You're welcome.